What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, Quote IQ, and all about pressure washing. And in today's video, we're going to quote some pressure washing jobs live and talk to you guys about some cool stuff that's going on. So I'm here with Mike. Mike, how's it going, man?
It's good, Justin. How are you?
Good. Did you do something new with your face or?
No, I'm actually flying a drone right now.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask. I thought maybe you got glasses or something. Or
No, I'm filming.
Oh, you're okay. So are you filming a job or?
Yeah.
Are you looking at something you're not supposed to be looking at?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Awesome. Well, sweet. We want to tell you guys about this before we get too deep into this one, and that is our Quote IQ giveaway. So we are giving away a Ford Ranger work truck and a mini skid from Southeast Soft Wash in less than a week. We're giving it away next week, and if you want to enter, all you got to do is be a premium or platinum subscriber of Quote IQ, and there's actually you can get bonus entries. So maybe I'll leave a link for that down in the comment section description if you guys want to get some bonus entries for that. I'm going to let a couple people get in. We'll say hey to some people, and then we'll roll with this. T-Pain Swimmer, what is up, guys? We want to quote a couple jobs in this live, so if you guys have some addresses y'all want to throw at us in the comment section, throw it at us, and we'll take it from there. Kevin Hawthorne, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Thanks, Kevin. Caleb, I have so many questions. Okay, perfect. We have answers, right, Mike?
Caleb, I've got so many answers.
AJ is from the UK and he says hello. What's up, AJ? Alex is here. I'm about to do a 5,000 square foot house. What should I do a quote? What should I quote it at?
Hey, let's quote that house for you, Blaine Simmons.
Yes, send us the address and we'll quote it.
Give us the address.
Hey, everyone. Highland Services. What is up, Highland Services? The headset looks like the Oculus headset where you die, then it explodes. Did you hear about that, Mike?
No, I hope my head doesn't explode.
Landon's got an LSU player in his thing, so I like him. He's a good guy. Is your auto insurance through Next as well, Mike?
No.
I don't think they do auto insurance. I think that was a joke. Cecil says hi. Deathstroke.
I had a friend called Cecil.
What?
I had a friend called Cecil. He died.
Was he a good guy, though?
He was awesome. He was so awesome. Cecil was like 5'4" and like 5'4" wide. He looked like a beach ball, right? He was so big, but like the sweetest guy ever. And every time he'd call, he'd be like, "Hey, how are the kids?" And then he died.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. R.I.P. Cecil. The house isn't on Google Maps. Go Tigers, by the way. Go Tigers, Blaine. He probably can't give us the address. If you give us an address of somebody that you're about to do a job for, you never know. Somebody might try to go and take it or something.
I might try to take it.
Mike might try. Even if it's in another state, he might still try to get it. Aqua Power Soft Wash. Mike is the best. Aqua doesn't have the best taste, but hey, look, we'll take it nonetheless. Next quoted me for like $4,000 a year. Mike, any feedback on that? You really got to kind of tweak what you put in here. Sometimes guys are putting some crazy information in there, but maybe.
Yeah, I have got Next for my insurance, and they do a good job. And you guys can get a free quote for Next.
We're laughing because Mike's got comments coming in. Anyway, fellas, I appreciate your channels. Thank you so much. If you guys need a free insurance quote, I'll try to leave it down in the comment section below. You guys, it's no cost at all. You can see what they will quote you, and it might be better than what you're currently paying for your insurance. Right. Can you quote this? We don't have any other information other than that. If you guys have addresses you guys want us to quote, send them in. Obviously, anybody who super chats is going to get priority over everybody else. Just did my biggest job so far, $500 on the job, switching from detailing to pressure washing, and learned everything from y'all. Thanks so much, Logan. We appreciate that, man.
That is awesome.
I wanted to answer a question that I saw up here, Mike. I thought it was pretty good. Okay, Highland Services. I don't know if I'm quoting too high in my area. Been doing some research. Highland Services. Let me show you a tool that you can use that's going to make that a lot easier for yourself. And it is part of the dashboard analytics. So right here we have our close ratio. As you can see on this, demo account, I'm batting 1,000 or 100%. Month to date is 100%. Year to date is 77. My brother's trying to FaceTime me like multiple times.
He's silly.
But essentially, Mike, talk about the benefit of having a close ratio and why we put it on Quote IQ.
Well, yeah. So understanding your close ratio is going to help you determine a lot more than whether or not you're just a good or a bad salesperson. Obviously, you want to have a high close ratio, But also with that, you need to understand that if you're at 100%, that means your prices are way too cheap. And that means every quote that you give, they're saying, yes, please come now before you change your mind, because we know that you're undervaluing yourself. So it's a delicate balance, right? And when I say a delicate balance, when you're out there quoting and you're landing like every single job, that means you're cheap and people are going to hire you because of that, because you're under market. So then you start raising your prices. And as you raise your prices, your close ratio is going to go down. Now, if it goes down too far, then you're going to start adjusting your prices, and you're going to want to find kind of that middle ground to where you're quoting and you're not getting everyone. 50-60% close ratio is pretty much ideal. There will be some guys that are like, well, I'll get a 70 or 80% close ratio. You just don't know how to sell. Well, actually, I do know how to sell, but I also understand the metrics behind it all. And in order to understand those things, you have to collect data, and that data is collected in our dashboard in Quote IQ. So
Right.
that's one of the things.
So we're gonna go. I want to. I saw somebody threw in an address. We're gonna go over the address here in a second and do a quote for you guys. I want to talk about some of the dashboard analytics real quick. And before I do that, I do want to let you guys know, for anybody that's on the call, we're giving away a truck and a Mini Skid Pro, literally a turnkey business, in less than a week. Next week, we are giving this away to somebody. All you got to do to enter is be a premium or platinum subscriber of Quote IQ. You can download it on the App Store. You can subscribe. And then we also have bonus entries. I'm going to leave that down in the comment section and the description. If you guys want to leave us a review on the App Store, you can get a bonus entry. If you want to, what's some other things they can do for bonus entries, Mike?
You can leave us a review on the App Store. You can do a video
review.
A video review of the app, a testimonial, if you will. You flip that phone around, you record yourself telling us what you like about the app, how it's impacted your business, the things that you're using it for, just to give other folks an idea of exactly what the app is all about. We can only tell you so much, but it's the folks that are out there that are actually using it, that are having great results. I mean, we've been really hearing a lot of great things from folks talking about how it's made them, that much quicker getting back to people, the professionalism and those text messages and those emailed in estimates that go so quickly, being able to send invoices right upon completion of the job, getting paid through the app, just a number of things that have made things go a lot easier, kind of streamlining people's businesses and saving time at the end of the day. If you're able to do these things, these little tasks throughout the day, then it's not going to be all waiting for you when you're done working. So that's one of the biggest advantages, is just time management and being as efficient as possible.
Exactly. So if you guys want to win truck and a skid from Southeast Soft Wash, go subscribe to Quote IQ for your chance to win. Like I said, I'll leave bonus entries down below. But let's go through some of the specifics on the app with regards to the analytics. So as our buddy was saying earlier, one of the comments that we read, he wasn't sure if he was charging too high or not. Your close ratio is critical to that. I think close ratio should be somewhere around 50 to 60%. Mike, what do you think?
That's exactly what I just said when I was talking and you were ignoring me.
Exactly. I was not listening to what Mike said. I usually don't. But anyway, you want it to be around that 50 to 60%, because if you close too much, your prices are too low. If you're closing too little, your prices are too high. So that's really a good spot. The other thing that we have in here is profit and loss for the last 30 days. You can also sort this by month, last month. You can look at the entire year if you'd like. The other cool thing is within Quote IQ, you can track all of your expenses. So this is great for tax reasons. It's also great for finding your real numbers within your business. A lot of times we just track sales numbers, but there's a lot of costs in our business that might go, unmeasured and unaccounted for. And with Quote IQ, you can track every single expense, and then you can even see what your top expenses are. That way you can kind of narrow down on those numbers. You got year-to-date sales, you got sales by service, and you also have lead sources. Now, these are probably two of people are like, why do you need sales by service? Why do you need lead sources? Those are some of my favorite ones, Mike, and I'm going to let you say which one's your favorite next. But I love being able to see the fact that okay, house washes accounts for a majority of the jobs that we're doing. But in this account, we're pretty well versed. We're pretty, even with regards to roof washes, concrete cleanings, and house washes. But if you had a majority in one, you could really say, okay, we need to get more diversified with our offering, so that way we can, make more money per job that we go on. The other thing is lead sources. Here you can really see where a majority of your traffic's coming in on, so we can double down on what's working. And then if we need to diversify, we can say, oh, we only got 13 new leads in this month for the past 30 days. Is that good or is that bad? It might be really good for you if you're just starting out. But if you've been in business for a while, it's like, wow, we probably should be adding more than just 13 new contacts into our database every single month. But Mike, you want to talk about which one of these is your favorite?
I'm a huge fan of the lead source graph, simply because like you had said, that is going to give you a picture of where you need to focus your ad spend, your dollars, your attention as far as your marketing goes. And then conversely, where you need to pull back. Like if something's not working, if you're not seeing leads coming from Google, then you either need to increase your ad spend or work on something else. So that's one of my favorite things. And then of course the year-to-date sales, right? I like to know where my businesses are at all points. And I don't want to have to like get real crazy with, figuring things out either. I just want to pop open the app, look to see where I'm at, and then make any kind of adjustments that I need. And again, all these analytics go back to what that close ratio does for you, right? It allows you to adjust and run your business efficiently, effectively, and most importantly, intelligently based on data. Because without data, you can't make smart decisions. Without data, you can't decide where you want to spend your your money as far as your ads or your marketing. You don't know which services are doing the best and where you need to focus. Like if roof cleaning is your most profitable service and it's just a little sliver on that graph, you know what? I'm going to start marketing more towards roof cleaning because I know that's going to make me so much more money. So these are all great things that we've put up here so you can manage your business at a glance and really take that business to the next level.
And if you guys have any other suggestions for anything you'd like to see in here, any analytics that are, pertinent to your business, please let us know, because we're always looking for, is there anything else that we can add into this to give you a better snapshot of what's going on? But with that said, let's go ahead and quote our first job. We had somebody enter in an address, Azure, Wellington, Florida. Let's check on that. So that's this one here. I don't know why we have a blue line coming through here. This is not.
That is actually a Google issue that has not yet been resolved.
So we'll do a little measurement here. We'll also take a look within the mobile version. You can actually take a look at the Street View. We're working on getting this over to the computer version. It just wasn't available. However, it's always good to kind of lay eyes on the property as well and kind of just get a good feel for what it's looking like. So
right, and lay eyes on the property in terms of a Street View, because again, if you're just starting out and you don't have a tremendous amount of work, then by all means get out there, put your feet on the ground at the property, and it gives you a better idea, if you will, of what you're dealing with. But you can quote accurately, incredibly accurate, just like by what we're doing here. And the Street View definitely helps a lot. There's also some great new things that are coming from Google as far as their mapping and their Google Earth deal that we will be implementing as soon as they are available. But pretty cool stuff.
Absolutely. And they have some new maps that we're going to be taking a look at. So just from the roof measurement here, it looks like it's about 3,000, a little bit over 3,000 square feet. Now, in order for us to properly quote this, we really need to know about what area you're in. We need to know where your lead flow is. We need to know like how much competition there is. There's a lot of factors that go into quoting that really can determine your, the square foot pricing that you want to use on this. This looks like kind of an affluent neighborhood though, Mike. It looks like everybody's got pools in here.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice spot. So I don't know the market in Florida. I know that over here you'd be probably around like 25 cents a square foot. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, probably around the same. And again, without having the Street View, it does make a little, because this could be a 2-story house. It could be split level. There could be some, other things that you want to deal with. But again, if you are using all of the tools within Quote IQ, like the cost calculator, which allows you to input all of your expenses, which will then generate an hourly rate, a target hourly rate as far as your break-even point based on all of your overhead. Then you put in your margin percentage, your margin expectations, 50, 60, 80%, whatever that is. Then that will give you your target hourly rate. And then you can reverse engineer how you're quoting based on those hard numbers, right? Your overhead. then you can consider all of the other factors that Justin just mentioned, your market, the neighborhoods that you're in. I promise you that the neighborhood that you are in, at least when I'm quoting my customers, has a direct impact on the pricing. If we were to go to Google Earth and there was a G-Wagon in the driveway, your price is going up. It's that simple. And for what it's worth, that's how I base my, there is not a cookie cutter formula for a pricing structure, right? We use various parameters like an hourly rate. We can use a square foot price. We can use a number of different ways to calculate and come out with our price. How long is it going to take me to do this house? How much do I want to make per hour? And things like that. So there is no right or wrong answer when people ask, and they ask all the time, how do I quote this? How do I quote that? And the answer is it's a multifaceted approach to quoting. It's fluid. And, with more time, with more experience, the more time, the more jobs that you have under your belt, it's going to give you a much better idea of how long things take, the chemical consumption aspect, gas. Also, you're going to want to consider things like drive time, right? All of these things come into play. And that's why when, somebody's out there on the interweb saying, oh, you need to quote 23 cents per square foot. Okay, well, that's what you're quoting for that particular job in your area based on all the things that hopefully you're considering. But there's, like I said, nothing's black and white and nothing is 100% accurate. So it takes a multi-pronged approach to do this.
So another good thing that you can take a look at too, I always like to look at Zillow because it gives you sometimes it gives you more up-to-date looks on the house than what other sources will give you. So from here we can tell it's a 1-story house, so the roof is going to be walkable, either that or we'll be able to shoot it from the ground. So like that's something that take into consideration as well. So for my market, if we were going to quote this, I would say it's going to be anywhere between like 750 and like 900 for us over here. What do you think, Mike?
I was not listening. I was reading some of these comments.
Oh, come on, Big Stallion. It's a 1-story. It's over about 3,000 square feet. What are we talking about on price?
Something like that. I mean, with the equipment that we have, that would be an hour and a half job at the most. And I mean, 350 to 400 is probably what would get the job in our area based on the pictures in that, from that Zillow. What was the cost of the house?
Like $500,000.
Yeah, I mean, then you might want to push it a little bit. Wellington, is that Wellington, Florida? That maybe
Yep. It is.
And then, the other component, like, again, that's why for as long as I've been making videos, I very rarely talk about what my prices are, simply because, again, based on everything that I just said, what I'm going to charge in Savannah, Georgia is going to be a hell of a lot different than what somebody charges in Connecticut, because they've got 4 months to actually wash, where we wash all year long. So that's going to have an impact on pricing. And that's why we say pricing is market driven as well. So
I like it.
We're giving you guys all the tools that you need in order to input your data, your business. This is your business. This is not what your competition's doing. This is not what anybody else is doing, what somebody across the country is doing. This is these numbers have to be based on your business, and you have to be profitable, right? We don't want to go out there and work for free. Somebody just said, if I'm just starting out, what do you think about heavily discounted pricing? I'm not a fan of that, right? Like, if you're providing the value, if you are doing a good job, then why would you possibly discount your prices just to work for cheap or to work for free, right? And I know Justin has got his thoughts on this as well. And maybe because I've been doing this so long and I know what I know now, that I feel that you should never, it's so much easier to lower prices than it is to raise prices. And if you give somebody a cheap ass price now, then they're going to be that cheap ass price customer forever, because you set the precedent. You set the bar extremely low.
So, and let's kind of address that. I like this comment, charge what the market will bear. That always comes into play with your close ratio. Charge what the market will bear, but also track what the market will bear, because just going off of whatever you think it will, it needs to be data driven. All your decisions should be data driven within your business. Do you think doing heavily discounted work for before and after pics is legit strategy, like doing $200 for 150. If you don't have before and after pics, I can almost guarantee that you haven't done many jobs. You don't know how to do chemicals. You probably don't have a workflow. There's a lot of pieces in your game that are probably missing. So I think you should probably go do a couple free jobs first. Go wash mom and dad's house, go wash an uncle's and aunt's house. Really get a grasp on what it is that you're doing, and that's going to help you to better figure out what your pricing needs to be, because you'll figure out how much time things are going to take, how much resources they're going to take with regards to, chemicals and things of that nature. So the only reason why I say that up front is because you just need to get some experience. You can't charge what Mike charges if you can't do jobs in the same manner or, as well. My opinion, you know what I mean? How do you deal with, they had a question up here. What is your stance on payment? How often do you chase receiving payments if you don't have them pay up front?
I've never had anybody pay up front ever. And I would never pay anybody up front for anything. If it's a huge job, then I'll give them a deposit, right? Like I'm having my backyard resodded tomorrow, and I think it was like $3,700, and not just my backyard, side yard, $3,700, and he needed half up front because he needs to pay for the materials. Obviously he doesn't have the cash to payroll, to carry his business through, so he needs to get deposits. I run my business how I would want somebody to approach me in their business. And the idea of paying up front to me is unprofessional. I think it makes you look like you're not just that unprofessional, right? If you require payment up front, you're working for the wrong people. You're targeting the wrong demographics, because if there's a worry somebody's going to shit you out of your money, then probably find a better customer base, because the people that I work for, they're not going to shit you out of their money. They're probably going to give you a pretty decent tip as well. And
Right.
so for that reason, I'm not a big fan of charging up front. I think you send an invoice immediately upon completion, and most people are going to pay within a day or two. Commercial jobs are, net 30, but you can incentivize them by offering terms, like 1%, 10, net 30, which incentivizes them to pay you within 10 days as opposed to the standard commercial 30 days. And you offer them a 1% discount. And a lot of larger corporations will take advantage of that because they're spending tremendous amounts of money overall. And those 1%, they add up. And so those little terms, things like that can definitely incentivize people as well.
Absolutely. So within QuoteIQ, we put in a couple things just for this with regards to accepting payments and getting paid upfront on things. So if you have a quote like this, so this is a $1,300 quote, you could always put in some sort of a deposit, which the customer will have to pay in advance. And so you could put in like $100 deposit. You could put in half up front. So you could ask for $500. And then this is reflected then on the estimate whenever the estimate is created. So in order for them to accept the job, they first must pay the deposit that is due. So that's one of the things that we put in within QuoteIQ to kind of facilitate getting the money up front. The other thing is whenever you invoice through QuoteIQ, you can also see like the date that the invoice was created. We're currently working on implementing something to where it basically will tell you how long it's been, right, Mike?
Yeah, because I love that. That's one of my my past software that I was using had that, and I just love to look and say, okay, these guys are 3 days since invoice, that's fine. But if it's 7, 12, 14, 18, then I can hit them with a reminder, email or text, and usually that'll move them along to getting
right.
paid.
So one of the next updates that we have, this is actually going to tell you how long it's been since the invoice was created that they have not paid, and it'll actually sort this by longest time since it's been paid. So that way you can always be keeping an eye on if you have any invoices that are kind of outstanding, and the fact that you can, reach out to those people and say, hey, we haven't received payment yet. The other thing that Mike has put into place is some email automation with regards to invoicing, right, Mike?
Yes.
So okay.
No, go ahead.
So like we can set an automation here for like invoice paid. Would it be invoice paid or I guess it would be.
Well, I've got emails set up for every single piece of this equation here.
Right.
So we're able to stay in front of once an estimate is generated and accepted by a customer, then they'll get follow-up emails until they either schedule or decline, right? And then at which point they get on the schedule, they'll start getting they'll be put in the scheduled sequence, which is, hey, thanks for getting on the schedule. Your appointment is on this date for these services. These are a few of the things that you need to do to prepare for the appointment. And then, a day before, they'll say, hey, just a reminder, tomorrow is your appointment at 8 a.m. for the following services. Don't forget, these are, move your plants, all the things that we require. And then they'll get a text message as well the day of saying, hey, we're coming your way, blah, blah, blah. Once the job is complete, then they move into the next sequence, which is after the payment is made, because they're going to get an invoice generated. Once that is generated, then they will be put in my long play sequence, which basically, hits them with a
I mean, Mike, don't give the whole sequence away. You know what I
well,
mean?
it hits them with a multitude of steps, that prompts them to do certain things that are both advantageous for them and for us. And I continue to stay in front of them from a marketing standpoint for at least a year until their next appointment. So,
right. So having email and text automation is crucial. We just released the beta version of text and email automation within QuoteIQ. We actually have an update that's coming out that's going to be even better. So we have an update that's coming out. But if you want to start implementing text and email automation in your business, you can start playing around with this. Let's see. We had a couple questions. So the job that we quoted, he said that he quoted it at 30 cents a square foot. The price was $904. He said it was a jungle back there and they care about plants. And he said that the price was too high. So it's an important thing to take into consideration on the close ratio. The thing that you have to weigh is lead flow versus how much you can afford to lose the job. So if you don't have too much lead flow coming in, like, would it really be that bad if you landed the job for $700 or $650 as opposed to charging $900 and not landing it? So something always to consider, Let's see. If you plan on doing this long-term, set your price and stick with it. That may be a repeat customer and they'll always expect a low price. Just what Mike said pretty much. Right, Mike?
That's exactly what I said. That gentleman is unbelievably unintelligent. I mean, intelligent. Intelligent.
I agree. Unintelligent. If he's thinking like the way you think, Mike, gee willikers. It's also a learning experience. I learned that I need a better hose that isn't the hardest plastic known to man, that isn't flexible and non-swivel surface cleaner. Learned those on my first job. The second lesson was oxidation exists. For the Ranger giveaway and the skid, they're a way to get extra entries. Let's go ahead and talk through that real quick. So for anybody who doesn't know, we are giving away the Ford Ranger and the mini skid from Southeast Soft Wash. We're giving this away next week. If you want to enter, all you got to do is be a premium or platinum subscriber of QuoteIQ. And let's go ahead and look through some of the bonus opportunities that you can
I just put it in the chat.
Bonus entries. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to pull this up. Dang, we got a lot of chats to get to. I apologize for any of the chats we haven't got to yet. Okay, hold on 2 seconds, guys. Let me
Do you want me to send it to you, Justin?
If you can, because I can copy and paste it in. Okay, while Mike's sending that, I'll find another comment. We'll go through
I've also put it in the chat a couple times, so you guys can check that out. You have it, Justin.
Okay, perfect. Okay, it opened it up in another browser. All right, sweet. 2 seconds, guys. Appreciate y'all bearing with us and hanging out. Boom. Okay, I'm going to add this real quick, and then we'll go into it. Share screen. Okay, here's the bonus entry opportunity, the giveaway multiplier. So you can get 10 additional entries if you email us and tell us why you use QuoteIQ and how it has helped your business. 10 bonus entries for review on the App Store. 10 bonus entries if you buy some QuoteIQ apparel, which you can check out down below. And then 20 bonus entries if you record a 30-second testimonial for QuoteIQ. and how it's helped your business. Now, we also have bonus entries that are not free. If you guys want to check out some of these, if you want a lot of bonus entries, you can do that. We also got swag, which Mike is repping. Mike, you want to show off the swag real quick?
I do. It's very, very handsome.
What?
Yeah. See, it says quote IQ.
That is very. That's very. Okay, have our hold on 2 seconds. Let's get back, and then we have this. Can you?
You're breaking up.
Can you?
I can't hear you, Justin, and I apologize to all of the wonderful people that are listening. Justin, I don't think he paid his phone bill, maybe, or his.
There we go. We're back. Okay, here we go. We're back. All right, good. All right. The quote IQ multiplier, past winners. You guys can see we got some winners here. These were our MacBook giveaway winners right here. We gave away 2 pressure washing business starter kits, and this is the fourth giveaway. This is our 4th giveaway, and we're giving away a truck. You guys can only imagine what's coming down the pipe with regards to giveaways, right?
Oh, I can't wait.
It's pretty exciting. So if you want to be entered to win this, be a Premier Platinum subscriber of Quote IQ, I will leave a link. Mike has dropped the link a couple times in here for the bonus entries. This dude's dropped this question in here about 40 times. Hey, Justin, I'm 13 and have my own pressure washing service. Been going about 2 months now and need more jobs to do. Do you have any marketing tips?
Yes. My tips are go and watch every one of our videos about marketing. You can watch any of my live streams because I spend a lot of time focusing on ways for new folks to generate business. But I would definitely say leverage your friends and your family, your neighbors, because you are only 13, so you're probably not entirely mobile. So with that being said, I think that you are obviously probably focused primarily in one location, which is, my guess, your neighborhood. So go door to door, introduce yourself. Tell me that you live in the neighborhood and that you want to do whatever it is that you want to do. Make some flyers, right? Being 13 is going to have some disadvantages because people are not going to take you as seriously. You're going to be on their property. They know you don't have insurance. They know that you're not licensed. They know, that there's a lot of things that you're lacking, but they're probably thinking that this 13-year-old is going to charge me just a fraction of what I would pay somebody else, even if the job isn't that great. It's better than paying a professional.
Right.
Don't fall into their trap, right? Charge as much as you possibly can, right? Your time is still valuable, even at 13. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, leverage what you have, right? So you might be like, oh, I'm young, and that works to my disadvantage. Well, it actually could work to your advantage because people could say, hey, this guy's young, he's hustling. Let me give him an opportunity. I would say don't be completely shut down to just pressure washing, though. There's a lot of services that you can offer at your age that, you can get a lot of jobs for. So make up what you lack in, the ability to drive places and do things like that with the ability to offer multiple services. So if you get a pressure washing job, try to wash the cars. See if you can clean the windows. See if you can, pick weeds out of the garden. Like there's a lot of different things you can do. So don't keep yourself closed into just one deal,
Yeah, and don't be afraid. That's a great point. Don't be afraid to ask. No, we don't need any pressure washing. Okay, well, I've got a lawnmower too, right? I can also clean your windows. I noticed that your beds or garden has a lot of weeds in it. Would you like me to pull those? Like tons of opportunity, but the opportunities are not going to present themselves. You have to make those opportunities present themselves by asking the questions.
Right. We will say that you're in the right place, though. Like watching us, we're a great example for you of what, the possibilities can be. So just go out there, offer as much as you can, and that way you can maximize every single customer that you get. How much does Quote IQ cost for a subscription? And then Logan answered this, $29.99, I believe, 100% worth it. Let's go ahead and, Mike, you cool if we go through the subscriptions real quick and show them like what
yeah, I think we should show Tabooty what the cost is.
Tabooty?
Yeah,
Tabooty, yeah. Okay, so this is our subscription packages. So in order to be entered to win the Ford Ranger work truck and the mini skid, you either need to be a premium or platinum subscriber, as you can see here. With the premium, you get all the free features, which you guys could still use Quote IQ for free. You create customer profiles, send estimates, invoices, collect payments, and you can also use a mix calculator for free. So if you need help with your chemical mixes, you can check that out. The premium version gets you the measuring tool, which we checked out earlier, gets you the map, street view, business analytics, expense tracking. You get a national averages guide, mix calculator, mass import for contacts, QuickBooks Sync, and you also get website access, which is what we're currently using right now. But it is limited to one user. Now with Platinum, you get all those features. You get the 28-point inspection form, the hourly rate calculator that helps you calculate based on all of your business expenses what your hourly rate should be. You get text and email automation, and you also get users and permissions to add up to 5 users. So you get a bunch of things with that as well. So a bunch of good stuff with each subscription, and each will get you an entry to win.
And the permissions, man, that's a game changer for my business, because in the past, guys would go out, they'd do the work would be completed. They'd let me know it was completed. And then I would have to go in and send invoices and things like that. And in the past, I could have allowed them access to the platforms that I was using, but then they would have access to all of my business information, which they don't need. And so what we've done is we've created within the app the ability for the main user, the account user, what do we call them, the main user, to go in, like if it was my business and Justin was my employee, I could set his permission. So all he could do, well, you kind of are my employee.
That's a lie, but we'll continue on for the sake of the example. But I'll go into permission so they can see it.
Right.
So I'll just go right into this. So we'll come into settings. You can come into users and permissions, and then you can actually add in another person here. So
right. And so
I would add Mike into my business.
Right.
Mike at.
What is it? He's an idiot.
And then you can come down here and you can say, okay, I want Mike to see the dashboard.
He can take a look. And see, like, if Justin really was my boss, which would never happen because he can't afford me, but he would not give me access to the dashboard, because as an employee, I don't need to know what his numbers are. I don't need to know how much he's making, right? He would give me access to like the calendar, my calendar. He would give me the access to the, like the ability to send an invoice once the work is complete, without the ability to see any pricing, because the employee doesn't need to see the prices, right? That's the business owners. So those are the things that are so great. And we built this in. So, if you have multiple employees and you don't want them necessarily to have access, but you want to reduce the amount of things that you're doing on a daily basis, which is the whole principle of Quote IQ, then this is just a phenomenal tool. So unbelievable, really, at what we've been able to create here. I'm super proud of this.
It's really great. Let's keep going. We got a couple other questions we'll get to. I'm just starting out. Should I get an LLC and insurance before I do any work, or is it okay to do jobs that have 0 to minimal risk?
There's no such thing as 0 to minimal risk.
Okay, perfect. So he should probably get insurance then, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest it. I know that there are a lot of people out there that do not get insurance right away. They skimp because, and I get it, they don't want to spend the money. Go over to Next Insurance, get a free quote, see what it's going to cost you, and shop around too, right? Like, just because you go get a quote from Next doesn't mean that you can't shop it around, right? See what the opportunity is. And there's a lot of factors that go into companies willing to insure you. And so it's great to have multiple options. An LLC is absolutely essential, because what an LLC does for you is it separates your personal assets and your business. So God forbid something happen, while you're working, whatever the case is, nobody can sue you personally and take like your house or anything else that you own, but they would have to go after the business. And if you've done it right, then, there's not a whole lot that is, excuse me, that was my dog. The LLC separates the two and protects you.
Perfect. This is a good question, Mike, for you. Hi, gentlemen. Good information here. I would like to get more information about Quote IQ. I have been with QuickBooks for a while. I'll take any different approach. My email. I'd like to take a different approach to my email. I think he's talking about email marketing.
Yeah. I don't know what he's trying to say. I use QuickBooks for probably the past 15 years. And now that Quote IQ is at a place where it's no longer needed, I don't have a subscription anymore. Quote IQ handles everything. So
Okay, so my dad was texting me while we're on this. Hey man, just subscribe to your channel. I sold your dad a golf cart today. I told him to give you my number. We need to get together. I think he said this guy bought How to Wash, Lee Staggs. He said he texted me and said something about somebody who bought How to Wash. He met with him. Anyway, Lee's gonna reach out to us and say, hey, love watching y'all. I started my own, so thank you for everything. Perfect. We appreciate that, GM Davis. Also, Tabuti said appreciate y'all. Thank you, Tabuti.
we appreciate you, Tabuti.
What insurance is best for this type of business?
You need to have general liability insurance for sure. There are minimum requirements typically that most businesses require. And then if you're going to be doing a lot of commercial work or any kind of industrial work, they will most likely require you to have workers' compensation as well, minimum $500,000 coverage typically. And I
Right.
want to say general liability is usually 1.5 million is kind of the threshold. But check with the folks that you're going to be working for, and we'll go figure that out.
So Sean says that he's having a quote at 10 cents a square foot and doing porches for free just to get a yes, and a lot of people still turn him down in Valdosta, Georgia. You know where that's at?
Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Valdosta is relatively small. It's kind of rural. But dude, like go to the what's the big golf course over there? Go over there and market to those people. I guarantee you the folks in those neighborhoods are not paying 10 cents and they're not making you do stuff for free. You're targeting the wrong people.
Absolutely. Bad shit crazy says, preach it, son. Absolutely. Build drift break. Will you be adding an option to add additional users to the platinum plan if you grow beyond the 5 users? Yes, we actually have another plan that's coming out soon that's going to have some really great stuff in it. And that one will probably be unlimited users, right, Mike?
Yeah.
How should I quote someone if I'm totally legit with LLC and insurance, just side hustle with how should I quote someone if I'm not totally legit, just a side hustle with a 2.5 gallon per minute? The funny thing about a lot of the video testimonials that we've been getting on Quote IQ is the fact that people say as soon as they start sending estimates from Quote IQ that look professional, that have their company logo, that have all the information within the estimate rather than a text, they're landing bigger jobs than what they would have landed before. So I would advise, even if you're just starting out, there's no reason why you shouldn't look like a professional company, even if you're just side hustling this. So I download Quote IQ. You can send estimates and invoices for free. You can collect payments. There's no reason why you can't look like a professional business. Mike?
Yep.
There you go. You heard it here first. Okay. Smooth Blue said I made it. He said, yo, I made it.
Yo, Smooth Blue, I'm glad you made it.
So, Michael, I mean, what do you think about that? That's what I was just saying. That I know you weren't listening, right? You want to just go and tell everybody that you weren't listening just now?
When Justin starts talking, I try to tune it out. So boring.
You just turn it off. Okay, he said, how should I quote someone if I'm not totally legit? And I was just saying that all of the testimonials that we've been having come in say that people who started quoting with Quote IQ and have the professional logo when it's sent and have the professional layout on the estimates and invoices are getting bigger jobs because of it.
Yes.
So there's no reason not to look professional, right, Mike?
Right. And so exactly. And it's kind of like it's conflicting what I'm about to say, because I just said get insured, get your licensing in place, get your insurance, form an LLC, do all of these things that is required to be a legitimate business, right? But then, I've also never had anybody on the residential side of the business for the past 21 years, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people that have asked for an insurance certificate, or if I am incorporated or an S corp, or I have formed an LLC. People for the most part, and I don't want to talk smack about our industry, but maybe most homeowners don't expect it, right? Regardless if they think about it or not. I mean, you're on your property, somebody could get hurt, we could damage something. Like, you should make sure that these people that are coming on your property are insured, have the, everything in place. But like Justin said, the ability to send unbelievably professional estimates via text, via email, and with the logo, with all of the stuff that the biggest companies do, it makes you look professional. And they don't know if it's a side hustle. They don't know if you've got a 2.5 gallon per minute machine. They don't care. They are paying you to do a job, right? How you get it done is irrelevant as long as the job meets and exceeds expectations. Then all is good, unless you drive your truck through their window or you fall off their roof, and then there are problems because you don't have the things in place that you need to be. But you look professional doing it as you're falling off that ladder.
So you could send, this is for free within Quote IQ. You can send estimates and invoices that look exactly like this, that give you the option for the customer to either accept or deny. They can print this. They can do PDFs with it. It's got your company logo. It's got all of your information, all their information. It's got the service descriptions, the services. You can attach terms and conditions for free. That's something that comes with the app. And then you can even leave little notes or other things. I thank you for your business. We're licensed and insured. But there's no reason why this is free within Quote IQ. You can send estimates, invoices, and collect payments, that you shouldn't look like a professional company. Let's see what else we got before we wrap up. George Yost says, hi guys. Remember the time I thought that his name was Jorge?
Yeah, it was weird.
You're for the number. Oh, my bad. Am I dropping out?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any tips for an introductory offer just starting out?
What I would do is utilize Justin's basically his ad strategy, which is to offer a discount.
What my ad strategy is.
No, but I mean, you talked about it before, right?
I don't think so. Don't give away any jewels. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the difference between Justin and I. I'm here to help you guys.
Well, okay, we'll give away something good here. All right, the Facebook ad strategy leverages an offer. Okay, so having an offer is a good thing, an introductory offer. The offer essentially needs to be something so good that makes someone take action whenever they see it. Okay, so an introductory offer could be like, we're doing free driveway cleanings for anyone who purchases a house wash this month. And so, yeah, I think that could be a good offer right there, right, Mike?
Yeah. Or, if you get on the schedule within, it depends on how hungry you are, really, is how good the offer is going to be. Right. If you're just starting out and you don't have any jobs, then like the free driveway cleaning, that is a great way, not only to snag some, but also make sure you're charging enough for the house wash. Right? Because if you're undervaluing what you're doing and you're not charging enough, and then you're giving something away, it's even worse. So make sure you get paid for A and then give away B, as an introductory offer, and make it limited. So, because you don't want to be doing this forever, you got to make sure that they understand that this is for a very specific time frame, because you don't want people to think that that's the norm.
Right. Completely agree. I watch both of you guys. I watch both of your videos all the time. Thanks to you two have been doing $800 jobs and just finished my first $1,100 job. Please keep pushing out this type of content. Thanks so much, Karate Chris. I don't know why I had such a hard time reading that, but
it was painful to listen to. I got
dyslexic. I got dyslexic.
I think you were scared because his name's Karate Chris, and if you messed up his comment, and he was going to karate chop your neck.
I did. Dude looks like he's got like 2 black belts. I don't know. Who knows what could happen with Karate Chris. Chris, we appreciate it, man. Hey, that's one of the things that we like to bring to you guys. We like to offer new ideas. We like to offer great mindsets that, that we utilize on a day-to-day basis, as well as just kind of push the whole industry up, push the market up, let people know that, that the ceiling for pricing is much higher. And you can see that, Karate Chris is doing $800, $1,100 jobs. Man, once you get into some commercial cleanings, like, you'll be really surprised. We actually just did we did our highest, parking lot striping quote. It was over $20,000. Absolutely crazy. At a Cabela's over here. So pretty interesting stuff.
That's crazy because I just gave
that's funny.
for $19,000 at a Cabela's over there.
I'm glad you don't know where it is because there's several Cabela's. I appreciate it though. How does someone new like me handle the Clean Water Act? I've started using an SH mix, but I don't have.
Oh, I can show you. Hold on.
Show 'em, Mike.
Hold on. Bear with me. Because I'm going to talk about the Clean Water Act, okay? I've actually got a copy of the Clean Water Act right here. It's Clean Water Act of, I believe it's 1972. And basically what it talks about is when you're cleaning any surface, whatever it is, like a driveway, that you cannot allow drainage, right? Any of the water runoff from that driveway to enter into the street, into the which eventually could lead into a sewer, a waterway of some sort. That's without using any chemicals. So if you have a pressure washer and you're cleaning your own driveway and that water, that runoff, that dirt goes into the street, into the sewer, the Clean Water Act says that you are breaking the law, right? Which is insane. That's with no chemicals. Then you add in chemicals and apparently, it's even worse. But in my opinion, it's not. So your question is, how does someone like me handle the Clean Water Act? And this is it. So here's the Clean Water Act. That's how you do it. And then you throw it away because the Clean Water Act is complete bullshit.
Mike, that was incredible.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to chop that up for a video later. I think that's going to do really well.
I think so. So I hope that answered your question.
Okay, beautiful. I'm adding into the description right now the
Are you going?
Page for if you guys want to get bonus entries into the Quote IQ giveaway.
Yeah, we're about to go. This is Droney.
You name your drone, huh, Mike?
Yeah, this is Droney. Where's Baby Droney? Baby drone's in the other room. But so we've got multiple drones.
Tell them how many drones you crashed, Mike.
No, I'm going to do quotes.
But tell them how many you've crashed, though.
I have crashed every drone that I've ever had. Mikey, come here. This is Mike. This is my son. Get down. He's the pilot because I crash everything. So
George says, "Don't call me Jorge." I'm sorry,
okay, Jorge.
But your new name is Jorge, and Jorge actually just happens to be on the call too. What's up, brothers? Jorge is actually having a baby soon. Congratulations to Jorge. Can we get some clappy hand emojis or some?
Wait. I'm hold on. I'm confused. Is it Jorge or is it Jorge?
They're both Jorge.
Yost
Jorge Yost.
Okay, Jorge Yost is not having a baby.
He's not, no.
But
Justin,
I think
your hands are shaking. What?
Jorge Bass. Justin, your hands are shaking.
Are my hands shaking? Oh, it's because of the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not shaking. I promise.
Wait, Jorge Ura is having a baby?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Jorge Ura.
I thought Jorge was a man. How can he have a baby?
Smooth Blue says Jorge.
George.
You thought Jorge? He's having a baby. Well, his wife is having a baby.
Oh, okay. Because in today's world, like things are crazy.
Mike, you probably drink Bud Light, don't you?
Yeah. And I'm going to Thailand.
For the lady boys?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Okay, Smooth Blue says with a 2-man crew, we average $2,700 per day. I would say if you're working for this company and you're not an owner of the company, why do you know this information? Because, Mike, do you want your people to know how much you're making every single day?
No. But it raises a question. How are you paid, Smooth Blue? Are you paid a commission? Because if you're paid commission, then you do need to know that.
That's true. Makes me sound like a pimp. Yeah, that does. Dude. Jorge Yost sounds pretty good. Like he's pimping. All right, well, we'll wrap this here. You guys check out Quote IQ. If you would like to win this, we got bonus entries down below. I'll have a link in the comment section and the description. Like I said, we're giving away a Ford Ranger work truck, mini skid from Southeast Soft Wash. I think combined, this is like a $30,000 giveaway right here, which is absolutely crazy. Literally the biggest giveaway we've ever done. Not to mention, it's a turnkey business. Whoever wins this is going to be able to just get up and running. Highland Services has hit the like button. We appreciate that, Highland Services. Dude drinks Bud Light and drives around in a Tesla. That makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of dots being connected here, Mike. I'm just going to say that out loud.
Hold on. Oscar? You're being mean, Oscar.
Oscar Cotton. That's a bold move, Cotton. Anyway, my name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Mike, you want a word of the day? Should we word of the day this?
Yeah, it's Oscar.
No. Word of the day is congrats, Jorge, because Jorge's having a baby.
Well, yeah, that's 2 words.
Congrats, Jorge. The phrase of the day.
Yeah, the phrase that pays.
If you comment that down below, we'll hashtag you on. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us.
I am not going to hashtag you because I don't even know what that means.
All right, you guys. Until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby.